Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch on this 05.12.2023. Current time is 05:48 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York. That'd be the southern tier of upstate New York where I live and reside this Friday morning. It is Friday, folks. Friday. Thank God it's Friday. And Rich Roberts here on the Twitch at Fireman Rich over there on Twitter, where I tote myself as a social media observer, social media enthusiast, which you already know. I always say that every time, and I'm changing the title. There's a date discrepancy. That's yesterday, the 11th. Why did I put the 11th? Good morning, Mr. Twix Jeeves. Good morning, Tina. Good morning, Tony. Hashtag salute day to you too. Hashtag positive start today. Hashtag PSTTD. Good morning to the missus. Yeah, she's up somewhere here. And everybody's saying good morning. And let me let's see if I can fix this. It doesn't want to change for some reason. What's going on there? It doesn't want to change as far as that goes. I've changed it, but there's no save button. So I'll have to change that here in a little bit. But good morning to the people that are in the broadcast here. Maybe I can't. Maybe I'm broadcast. I'll change it when after. But it is the 12th. It's not the 11th. And as far as that goes, and we do have the morning coffee. Yes, the morning coffee. And I remembered to push the button this morning when I woke up. We're running a little late. Okay, I know it. But here's looking at you. There we go. There's the shot. What do we got for a time on that for my cover pick here? As far as that goes, let's see. 4:54. I always take a picture. The picture where I say the shot, that's the shot that the picture of taking for the cover art. Oh, that's good. That is good. As we're getting the day started. But yeah, I'm running. I got up at 5, so I'm just lollygagging here and stuff, and it takes me. I'm not rushing, especially on a Friday. I'm not going to rush. The weekend is here. Thank God it's Friday. And that bugs me. I can't. Let's see. Can I do it this way? Let's see. Stream information. Oh, there it is. Let me try this way. Let me change it. You know, it's one of those little nitnoids there. You want to change and stuff like that. But the 12th, and let's see. We say that's done. And it says it did it successfully. Okay, it changed it. Okay, I was able to change it via the OBS. You can change your title in the OBS using docs, using the doc feature there. And as far as that goes, so how's everybody? We're at the end of the week, working toward. We're at the knocking out the door of the weekend here, and I hope you all had a good week. I did, as far as that goes. We got quite a few. I've been walking every day. Today will be my 5th day of walking. Good morning, Lady Cat 31. Good morning, Erica. So we've been averaging 21 minutes, 22 minutes, maybe 20. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, probably 22 minutes. But we've been getting at least 21 minutes of walking. We'll be walking later today. I think the missus will be walking with me this morning. She didn't yesterday because she had a dental appointment, and I sort of held the fort down with. We had the furnace checked and do the annual check and all that and stuff like that. Not that we need the heat anymore, but right after winter we always do our due diligence of getting the furnace, water heater checked out, cleaned out, as far as vacuuming and stuff like that. And we had a beautiful day. I had the solar panels out again yesterday. I didn't get it out till 11 o'clock, so that's 2 days in a row. I'm going to take a meter reading, and it's a small panel as far as I got, the 20 watt, but it's charging up the battery there and stuff like that. I like playing around with that as far as that goes and whatnot. So, but let me check. I don't have the the laptop here to check. So I'm checking it on the older box here as far as that goes. So it looks like everything is looking good as far as that goes. And just again want to say good morning to you all in the chat, as well as those that are sitting back and watching this, and the people that are watching this on the replay on Rumble and YouTube, where I will be repurposing this. But currently, right now, this morning, here in the southern tier of upstate New York, and it did tweet out. Okay, that's good. We have 45 degrees Fahrenheit, which is what did I have in my tab here? 45 degrees. That's 7 degrees Celsius as far as that goes. And again, it looks like we have another fantastic. We're gonna have a fantastic weekend. I got the lawns mowed the other day. They're looking good. I'm enjoying them. And as far as that goes, so I think today is sort of a free day as far as just to sort of bum around and do little nitnoid things and stuff like that. I've been busy a little bit all through this week. Not as busy as last week, but still busy nonetheless as far as doing certain things and as far as that goes. And but we're going to have part to mostly cloudy, high of 83 degrees Fahrenheit, winds out of the west to 5 to 10 miles per hour. I am enjoying it very much. Actually, yesterday marked the 1 month day I have not been working. So, and I'm looking at that yesterday. I'm like, wow, that's gone quick. I am enjoying it very much, Lady Cat. I am settling down into retirement. Very, very, very good as far as that goes, and no issues there as far as that goes. I think the missus is enjoying it as much as me, because I'm more available, and that was my number one thing on my. I had 75 to 80 things to do. I got to look up that. It's on my phone. As far as what I can do during retirement and stuff like that, I haven't gone to that list at all. I've been taking care of things to settle in, and but the missus is definitely, and I'm doing things like yesterday. Tuesday she goes to the, she volunteers at the Historical Society, so I'm taking care of the wash, the dinner dishes, the garbage, and other things and stuff like that. When she comes home, I think she's made mention she likes that. So, and then yesterday she went to a dental appointment and then to do some shopping, and I'm taking care of those things while taking care of the furnace guy that was here, and so that was pretty good. Let's see. Currently here though it is 40. What did I say? 45 degrees. 40 degrees Fahrenheit. As far as the temperature, not as cold as yesterday, and that's 7 degrees Celsius. And again, we're going to have partly to cloudy, high of 83 degrees, winds out of the west 5 to 10 miles per hour. And good morning, Tim Fan. Yo, my man. How you doing? He's on the job site this morning. I'm sure he's probably taking a break, having a coffee, taking a smoke. It's maybe eating a donut or two, or maybe an Egg McMuffin. And let's see, our world times and temperatures. Let's see, we're starting with Honolulu, Hawaii this morning at 11:56 p.m. yesterday. Let's see. Yeah, they're still in yesterday for the last couple minutes before they come in today. So, partly cloudy, partly clear, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Phoenix, Arizona at 2:57 a.m. It is clear skies, 64 degrees Fahrenheit. Albuquerque, New Mexico, clear skies, 3:57, 46 degrees Fahrenheit. And let's see, I think I had them highlighted here. Let's see, where Jeeves is at in Vancouver, Connecticut, or I always say Connecticut, Vancouver, Canada. Canada is not Connecticut. Connecticut and Canada are two different. Canada is a country. Connecticut is just a piddly-ass state next door to New York State. But up there in Vancouver, Canada, where Jesus is at, it's 12 degrees Celsius, which equates to our to the regular, or not the regular, the standard, or whatever they call it. But 12 degrees Celsius is 53 degrees Fahrenheit up there in Vancouver. As far as that goes, thank you for the translation there, Jeeves also. In Chicago, Illinois, at 4:58 a.m., cloudy sky, 66 degrees Fahrenheit. In New York City, the jungle, as I like to call it, 5:58 currently, 5:58 a.m. currently, also here 5:58. It is 63 degrees Fahrenheit. And down there in Warner Robins, Georgia, where Tony D is at, 67 degrees Fahrenheit, 86 for the high, 66 mostly cloudy. And let's see, I saw the Super Mario movie. It was good. Okay, that's good. I've heard good things. Tony saw that last week with his kid and stuff like that. And I'm having McDonald's. Okay, good for you. McDonald's breakfast for Jeeves. That's pretty early for you, Jeeves, isn't it? It's like 4 in the morning, so they must have it all night. McDonald's opens up early. Let's see, across the pond in Cork, Ireland at 10:59 a.m. It's 54 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italy, currently at 11:59 a.m. Cloudy skies, 69 degrees Fahrenheit. And did you hear the breaking news yesterday that happened in Milan? And I actually tweeted this, and I copied Nazim on the Twitter, on the tweet there yesterday. They had breaking news: massive explosion rocks the streets of Milan, Italy. They had a big explosion. I was sitting here, and they came over breaking news, and I say, "Oh my God, what's going on?" And the first thing you're thinking is a terrorist attack? You know, Milan is over there in Europe. But what happened is a van was transporting oxygen tanks to a nearby medical facility and exploded in the center of the Italian city of Milan yesterday. And one person was injured, and the cause and causing several vehicles to catch fire, according to the fire brigade over there. That's what they call them, the fire brigade. And the mayor there said there was no evidence of an attack or an international criminal activity, confirming that no one died, but there was some injuries. And at the moment, they reported an injured person, sort of serious. You know, the oxygen tanks, they're like bombs, basically, and they're not good. So something happened that caused one of those go off and stuff, and whatnot. So it was the pictures there I'm looking at right now. Firefighters worked to extinguish the fire in the building after a van exploded. They evacuated a nearby child care center and the apartments, but it looks like it was a pretty active fire ground scene and stuff like that. So the first thing I'm thinking is our good friend Nazim, who lives over there, and I've actually been to that city. It's a very beautiful northern Italian city as far as that goes, and so I was a little like, whoa, let's tweet this out and tag. And I did get a response back from Nazim. He says he's okay. He tweeted me. I got a tweet response comment from him last night when I was watching TV, and I would love to. Yeah, I tell you that if that's the ones, everybody say, oh, go to Venice, go to Rome, go to Milan. Milan is beautiful. It's gorgeous. But Nazim last night, he said, yeah, I was out of town, all good. So he wasn't even in the city yesterday, stuff like that. So, just concerns, our good friend that's over there, and he's a good guy. He's a fellow New Yorker too. So, but as soon as that got notification, I was thinking of that. Continuing with our world times and temperatures in Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, at 1:02 p.m. Sunny skies, 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow, 104. In New Delhi, India, at 3:32 p.m. Sunny skies, 106 in New Delhi. Oh my God, I feel hot already. But down there in Mumbai, south of New Delhi, at 3:32 also p.m. in the afternoon, it's 90 degrees, cool. But cloudy skies there. Kuala Lumpur, they've got thunderstorms at 6:03 p.m., 82 degrees Fahrenheit. In Manila, Philippines, at 6:03 p.m., Partly sunny, partly cloudy, 86 degrees Fahrenheit in Tokyo, Japan at 7:03 p.m. in the evening, 66 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies. In Melbourne, Australia at 8:03 p.m., cloudy skies, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. But in Sydney, Australia at 8:03 to the east of Melbourne, in Australia, it is clear skies, 63 degrees Fahrenheit, and those are our world times and temperatures as we speak. Tim Fan, Periscope is officially coming back? Do tell, really? Where did you hear that? What's your source on that, Tim? You got a link? You know, somebody will say that, and Periscope officially coming back? Ooh, let's see. I didn't see anything on the I would figure that would be a tweet of some kind. Let me I'm going to be fact checking. I seen on Twitter. Okay, but did Elon say it? Did Elon say it? That's pretty interesting. If that is true, you know, I know everybody wants to see it come back, but am I going to leave Twitch to go on there? No. Who officially did, you know, is just somebody saying, oh, yeah, you know how things can get started on this thing called the internet, stuff like that. You know, just like, I take it with a grain of salt as far as, so I see some, several things on the internet that backs that statement up as far as that goes. You can't really, you know, if somebody says that, it's like, you know, the old saying is talking out your hat, but the more drastic one, are you talking out your ass? Not to say I'm just making comment of that, because you know you can get some comments and stuff like that, and you say what, and then basically that what translates to, are you talking out your ass? I will not quickly jump. I'm not gonna. I'll go on if it comes back. I'll jump on it occasionally, but I'm staying right here on Twitch. I don't think it's going to move. I think was cause when Elon, but Elon, everybody know it, but he was laughing his ass off, and he says, you need to fix this. And I've made comment on that. That one takeaway of watching Elon, he was laughing. If you watch that, he's laughing his literal ass off, because he says, I can't believe what I'm looking at. He says, you need to fix the pixelation as far as that goes. Let's see. I'm putting it in. Periscope is officially... I don't see anything. So if you can reference it, if it's just somebody making comment on Twitter, you know, he didn't like, and he didn't like the hearts. Yeah, that's a given. Yeah, officially coming back. Okay, let's see. I don't see, I put Periscope in, I look for news, and that would be something that would be in the news, and I'm not seeing anything on the news front here. Let's see. No, not seeing anything. So I'm just taking it as just somebody talking. You put the thing, Periscope lens on iPhone 15 Max. Periscope zoom lens could be excluded too. So they got something called a Periscope lens. It doesn't have anything to do with the. Let's see. Elon Musk dusts off. Okay, this is from 1 week ago. He dusts off Periscope for a quick video session on Twitter. That's all there is, folks. So I wouldn't take any stock in it saying it's officially coming back, as far as that goes. Let's see. Is Double J's in the freaking... Oh, Double J's. Hello, Double J's. Coming in from Mumbai, India. Thank you. I will look. I just seen someone tweet it. Was coming. Yeah, they might be referring to that video that you talked about. Okay, I know there's been people talking about it. I can't believe people still expect Paris. Well, they're doing some. You gotta look at it logically, Double J's. I know, in a common sense way. Elon, it's a fact. Elon looked at it. Okay, that's something. Okay, and he did say in there, you need to fix this and you need to fix that. So that tells me in a nutshell, they're working on something with Periscope. What's the result? We won't know. Time will tell, and that's what we have to sit back and see. Tony, he was laughing. You're right. I believe they were pitching it to him to bring it back, but I think it'll it'll be back as well, and I would get back. Yeah, I'm not, like I said, if it comes back, okay, we'll see what it is, and it'll be the new thing. Everybody from the old all the old Periscope people go back in there and they'll rip it apart, saying this needs to be fixed, this needs to be fixed, that needs to be fixed. It's always the case. We just look at the last platform. How much, and even myself, the last platform, we're complaining. Do I complain? Yeah, I was freaking complaining about when they went this instead of sticking with this. So we're gonna have that. That's just a normal. Let's see, Tim Fan, Double J's. It was the best. Yeah, Periscope was pretty good. Okay, I don't think it was as good as sliced bread, but it was okay for a broadcasting platform. If anything, I would give it 4 stars. It wasn't a 5-star platform. Okay. Twitch is more like 4.5. Because I like it. I'm gonna favor it. Haps. They were a 3-star, destined to be a 4-star, but they didn't get it going. So they just they did go from. Let's just say Haps did not go from good to great. As far as that goes, and there's a book called that, going good from good to great. It's a good management type book. And high double J's and double J's, that's something I agree, but results, results does matter. And that's what we have to wait for. Okay, we know they're doing something. Okay, where's the results? Just like Jerry Maguire. Where's the money? Okay, where's the money? In a manner of speaking. Double J's, that's coming. Tim Fan, it was the best. So I could see it going back, but I could see it coming back here because this is where I'll be, and hopefully you'll come back and visit. Tina, good morning. It was the best, so it'll be back. It was the best, so it will be back. We'll see, Tim. Tina's, no, that's Tim. Oh, no, there's Tina. Tina, okay. Tina and Tim are both green in the chat for me. And everybody's saying Haps was 2. And I would agree with that too, Jeeves. I would say it was 2.5. It ventured up to 3, and I wanted to go to 4, but yeah, I would agree. It was 2.5. Lots of laughs. I say a low 2. Okay, 2. Yeah, it was at least a 2. No, it went to a 2. I had it as high as 3.5. And I'd say, come on, you can get their apps. And then they just took a nosedive as far as that goes. So let's see. We do have we have a thought for the day that may pertain to that. As far as just if you don't succeed, keep on going. As far as that goes, and this is this thought for the day, our quote that's our thought for the day, is a Japanese proverb. We usually have Chinese, but this one's a Japanese proverb, and they may take the form of short sayings and a phrase, or although proverb and saying are practically synonyms, the same cannot be said about. It's a 4-character idiom. I guess the Japanese like doing that, but it's a pretty good quote, and it'll give you something to think about. Okay, this one will give you something to think about, and it goes as follows: fall 7 times and stand up 8. Fall 7 times and stand up 8. So what's that telling you? For every time you fall, you stand back up. Okay? If you fall 7 times, you stand up 8 times. You keep on going. Very, 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 and that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words. Very powerful there. And it goes back to the Thomas Edison, and Tim says, glad it's Friday. Woo hoo! Yeah, I'm sure you are. It's the end of the work week. But Thomas Edison, he had this saying, and I'm paraphrasing it. I didn't have 1,000 failures. I had 1,000 times that I knew this particular filament didn't work, and I was successful on the 1,100th time. Same thing. You stand up after you fall down. You just don't fall down. No work for me today. Good for you, Jeeves. And it is that. I think, yeah, I think a Hulk. Yeah, that could be in that category, Tina. I believe from what I was reading about the Japanese. It's a what do they call a 4-character idiom. As far as that, I think it's similar, and but it's it's a Chinese proverb, and it could be a holka, or what'd you call it, a hulk or whatever. But that's 4. I think that has to be 4 words though, doesn't it? Is there? I think is there a word limit on that? But I think it's very short. I mean, you're talking 7 words. Those 7 words have some power in what this. It does make you think if you read the phrase. Good one. If you tweet it out, I will retweet. Yeah, I always tweeted out Double J's, and thank you for you retweeted some of my past ones. I think the one yesterday and stuff. But I always go with the Double J's. You see my Twitter line. I wake up, I'm up when I say good morning to Tioga County. I say live life and have fun, and then I always give my thought for the day. So this is always tweeted out before I come on air, as far as that goes. So I've been doing that for years, as far as that goes. If you don't see that tweet, sometimes you may see me just pop up with something popping in there on the overnight. That means I got up and I'm looking at the internet and stuff like that. But I'm waking when I'm up. That's a sign that I'm up. Okay, and as far as that goes. So that's been tweeted out on my Twitter feed of @FiremanRich. So that's a good one for a Japanese proverb. And what is a Japanese successful proverb? Let's see what the good old Google says here. Literally, continuance is power, meaning continuing is the father of success. Persistence pays off. This is one of the most famous Japanese proverbs for success. It's high. Oh, what is it? Oh, that is it. The most. What is the Japanese success proverb? Oh, that is the most successful proverb, I guess, most widely used. Good to know. The backstage. Yeah. Well, it's not backstage. It's just a pattern. If you see the pattern, there you go. I see you retweeting it now, as far as that goes. So. It's something when I'm paying attention. When I'm paying attention, I can see it being retweeted. Thank you, Double J's, for retweeting that. It's just, that's sort of if you look at every morning when I have that, I'm literally up and I'm starting a coffee and stuff like that. So that's the start of my day here on this thing called on the social media networks, as far as that goes. How's the stream going? Let's see. We're doing pretty good here on the stream, as far as that goes. What's this? This is okay, we're doing pretty good on the stream. The stream is at 27 kilobytes per second, and our CPU rate is at 0.8. Okay, it's a little high from 0.1, but we're 30 frames per second, so we're doing pretty good. Let's see. Today's National Day. Let's see. If this comes up. So I did do the audio podcast yesterday. Oh, let's see. Okay, but today is Friday, May 12th. It is the 132nd day. It is the 19th week of the year, and we're 36%. And if I was still in the military, that could still apply. I'm retired military, so we'll let that one go. Let's see. Ooh, we got a whole bunch of them here. We got International Nurse Day. They just had National Nurse Day. I don't know what that is. National Fibromyalgia Awareness, whatever that is. National Provider Appreciation Day. Okay, International ME/CFS Award. That looks like something. National Odometer Day. What's odometer? Is that kilogram? I guess you look at odometers and stuff. National Limerick Day. What the hell is Limerick Day? Does that have that's something to do with Irish maybe? Oh, there's a squirrel. Squirrel out the door. National Sapphire something day. We're gonna go with this one. Process of elimination. Um, National Military Spouse Appreciation Day, and I appreciate my wife, and she's my spouse, and we're in the military, and she kept the fort, the home front, on an even keel when I had to do military crap around this world and stuff like that. So hashtag Military Spouse Appreciation Day. Always the Friday before Mother's Day, National Military Spouse Appreciation Day. Recognize the significant contributions, support, and sacrifices of the spouses of the armed forces. National Military Spouse Appreciation Day is also something known as Military Spouse Day. So although with the tremendous strength and patriotism they have, military spouses endure frequent change and unexpected deployments in their lives, and they do. As far as that go, International Nurse Day. Good to know. Okay, that's good. Okay. They prepare for many unknowns during military life, and the missus did as well. You know, she was married. We were married my last 10 years. I met the missus right when I was at my 10-year mark and stuff like that. And I'm still amazed. It's like, she married me. I remember first meeting her, I said, "Oh, I'm not going to be able to get anything going. I'm just a knucklehead and stuff like that." So she said she saw something in me, I guess, back in the day. Often unable to make a plan for more than a few days in advance. The hold down the home front, like I said, during deployments, training, and many other circumstances which their husband or wife, because it could be a male spouse, okay, the female's in the military, so it's spouse, it goes either way, or wife serving their country, depending on the length of service. They may move many times, and in the military you do as far as active military. Let's see, I moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, at least 9 times in the 13 years or the 20 years I was in the service. 9 to 10 times I was deployed here and there at various places around the world. 13 of the 20 I was in was overseas. I got married. We were overseas. After I got married, we went to Italy, and the missus went to Italy, and then we came back, and then we went to Japan before. That was my final, and so, and Japan did it. That's an average of one move. Yeah, one move every 2 years, and mine was probably one every 3. I'm going to say it was like eight times maybe. I don't know. I roughly 8, maybe 9. I'm counting a couple of TDYs in there too, which really they don't, because that was before I got married and stuff like that. I did quite a few TDYs, temporary duty assignments, and one no notice. I actually back in, was it the summer of 81, 82? No, it was 82. I had a no notice deployment where I had a week to go before I got deployed to Sicily. To a new base they were building there, a ground launch cruise missile base that was they had several of them in Europe that would counter the Soviet Union's SS-25 missile or something like that, or ground to air ground launch, a Glickman base. They call it ground launch cruise missile base, basically. That was in the center part of Sicily, and they handpicked the people in the military to go there, because you get out, you can go to there's a naval station there, Zigonella, where it's right at the base of Mount Etna, but you go more inland in Sicily, it's it's not Italy, folks, it's Sicily, okay? And there is a difference, believe me. After living in northern Italy and traveling around central Italy for a number of years when I was stationed over there, Sicily is different, and it was pretty unique. You don't call the people that live there Italians; they're Sicilian. Most of my deployments I got out of the way before I met the missus and got married. But we did go overseas twice. We moved Once we got married, we were 4 years over in Italy. We came back. We were 4 years and 3 years, about 3 years in Kansas, and then or maybe it was 4 years, and then final 3.5 years was in Japan, because I traveled around quite a bit my first half and stuff like that, which is what I wanted. That's what kept me in there. But depending on the length of the service, they may move many times, and often all over the world, which we did. We went from one side to the other. Military spouses also spend many months apart during stressful deployments with limited communication. Well, I think the most I've ever been away from this. Whoop, what's that? Oh, that's just a power plug. The most I think I've been away from the missus, probably 2 to 3 weeks, as far as that goes on deployment. Yeah, Operation Red Flag. I had a couple Operation Red Flags, which is a 2-3 week deployment. One was down at Tyndall, where we were doing base recovery. Simulated, the bomb gets the crap knocked out of it, and we're supposed to recover, simulated and stuff. I did that, and I did one of those over, and I flew out of Kadena out of Yokota down to Kadena on Okinawa, and we were in the jungle for about 3 days and stuff like that. Pretty interesting. We sweat our asses off over there. My God, it was freaking hot in the jungle. Interesting though. Oh, excuse me. So there's our National Military Spouse Day, Appreciation Day here in the United States before Mother's. Of course, Mother's Day coming up Sunday, as far as that goes. So my mother, I got a little card here. She passed away back in October of 2010. So. So I'll be thinking about her this weekend, as far as that goes. And down memory lane for Rich. Yeah, exactly. I get on a roll there, Devil Jays and stuff like that. So, which is always good. You can always go back and look back, and those were good times. Those 20 years I was in service. Believe me, I had a couple rough times there, but all in all, it was a good experience. As far as that goes, so that's a good national day, as far as just before. And let's see. Yesterday I did do the Fireman Rich audio podcast, as far as that goes. This past Tuesday we did do a Mixcloud broadcast. Okay, I'm going to be doing that every other week. I'm going to do 2 a month, because I'm in a new situation. I've said this before. I have the old channel that I was on for a number of years. I have 212 episodes. I don't want to put them in a draft mode to where I can use that channel. So I made a new channel. It's mixcloud.com/Richard M. Roberts. And I've got three broadcasts, but the latest one I put up this past Tuesday. And it's a Tuesday thing that I'm going to do now. I went back. Originally, when I started on Mixcloud, because I was off Monday and Tuesday, I figured, this would be a good Tuesday thing. So, and I have this. Let's see. This is the intro, as far as that goes. The intro to the Tioga Radio Show.
What'll it be, pal?
I'll have a hamburger, for which I will gladly pay you Tuesday.
So that's the intro music that I use, and then I go into a song. I present like 8 songs, and it's on my iPad Mini there, using the Boss Jock app. I love using the Boss Jock app and stuff. So, I'm back to doing that, and that was fun. I have it because of the new computer. If you look down my timeline in my Twitter page at Fireman Rich, you'll see a picture of my new PC box, but it also has the soundboard, which is a Behringer 802, and then the iPad Mini version 1. It's an old beat up. This is probably the only thing, other than looking at the times and temperature for the weather on the stock time thing there. I use the Boss Jock app. You can't get this Boss Jock app. It's called Backpack Studios now. But the Boss Jock apps, you'll see that it's tiles, and you can assign each tile different sounds and music and stuff like that. So that's my setup, and I have a different way of doing things instead of putting the music on the iPad Mini. I have a different workflow, and it works out pretty good. It saves me like an hour and a half. I'm always into this workflow as far as that goes. But yesterday we did do the Fireman Rich audio podcast. We talked about black holes chewing up wayward stars and stuff. I'm very fascinated with all these stories about black holes, and they dictate what's going on out there in outer space when you look at it. We have one in the center of the Milky Way, and it chews up stuff and spits things out, and it's creating things and stuff like that. We do not want to get anywhere near that, and I stressed that in the audio podcast yesterday. You don't want to get up and close and personal with a black hole. It'll suck in and just tear you apart. Supposedly, I'm not really the one thinking that they're a wormhole. They're just a force in this universe that you don't want to screw with, because it will literally, the ultimate of ultimate, chew you up and just tear you apart. As far as that goes, the gravitational forces, from what I read on them and stuff like that. So that I talked about that yesterday, and it was on the audio podcast. So I got quite a few stories in the queue. I got to start catching up on the stories here. As far as that goes, let's see. Yesterday, or actually, let's see. We had the broadcast Wednesday. So our baseball scores. Let's go to the baseball scores here. Let's see. Is there where the Malaysian? Oh, I don't know. I think that's out in the Indian. There's been I saw a show, I think it was a couple months ago, concerning that, Jeeves, and they say it was the pilot's fault. I think they were trying to land, and then they just there was the older pilot, the senior pilot. He might have been still. The younger pilot must have been. I think everybody was knocked out because they were at temperature, they were at altitude, and the lack of oxygen and stuff like that. It slowly crept up on him, because they make it a point that he came back over Malaysia at this airport where the senior pilot. I think he was trying to make an emergency landing and stuff, but he was just all coherent, and then they made a left turn and they went out to sea. So who knows? They might have been floating out there. They have found wreckage of that. That's still a mystery to this day. It's just I don't think it was. It might not have been foul play. I think when you look at all the programs that have been on that, and you look at it and look at it logically from an aviator standpoint, I think there's something happened, because there was some maintenance done on that aircraft prior, and they don't bring that up. This last episode, the series I saw, that they brought up the fact that the oxygen system they had maintenance done on it. Could have been a factor. All those people were probably put to sleep at the high altitude. Well, they took years to find the Titanic. One day, 370 will be. I believe that, Double J's. Anything can be found and stuff like that. So, but it's out there in that part of the Indian Ocean there and stuff. It's just huge. I think the only thing huger than that body of water in that area is the Pacific, as far as that goes. Let's see, but Wednesday night, the Yankees beat the Athletics. My older brother, I talked to my older brother. That was the other thing. I talked to my older brother yesterday, and it was really good talking to him as far as that goes, touching base with him. He's downstate, and he was at that game, and he said that, is that Pacific? Is that considered the Pacific? Because I think that's more in the Indian Ocean side, because you have this side is the Pacific, and then you have Australia, the Philippines, Malaysia, and stuff like that. It went towards the east, I think, from what they're saying. And I could be wrong, okay? I don't know. I'm sure they have the flight path on the Google, but it landed in a large body of water that I mean they just were scanning and stuff like that. So no, I meant the other water body bigger than the Indian Ocean would be. Oh yeah, the Indian Ocean, yeah, it's huge, and the Pacific, that's the largest. Yeah, yes. The Pacific is the largest, but the Indian Ocean is. When you look at the map on that double J's, I'm familiar. I've been to the Philippines, but I'm always looking at the Philippines and I'm looking at the Pacific. I never look to the east as far as the Indian Ocean. That's a huge body of water. I think that's bigger than the Atlantic. Atlantic is more long, okay, but the Indian Ocean, it encompasses Africa, going up Middle East over to India, down over around Malaysia, Burma, Malaysia, Australia, and then you got down to that's huge. That's a huge area as far as that goes. So it's just like an airplane could get lost, and I think I really think after watching this last series there was an accident. That was an accident that was happened because just that key factor that came up is like they were working on the oxygen system as far as it goes. Yes, Americans got the secret air base Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean, very strategic. I wouldn't say it's secret. I think it's well known that it's not just the United States. I think the Brits are down there too, as far as that goes. I think that's a staging point for the B-52. That and Guam, as far as that's the extension. I know they have B-52s deployed there and stuff like that. That's common knowledge there. As far as the secret missions, maybe they fly. The SR-71 is supposedly been retired, or else there's a newer version of it. They might fly out of there. Who knows? I know Guam had they get the B-52s there and out in the Pacific Ocean, and they fly the B-2 every once in a while. They had an actual crash there years back on one of the B-2s. And that was the aircraft wasn't acclimated to the weather, basically. The sensors, I guess they had two of them staged there. Oh, God, this is well over almost 20 years ago. And the accident report indicated that there was a certain system they should have checked. And when the second one was taken off, it started veering. And then you could see they call both, there's not a co-pilot, they're both pilots. They punched out. You could see them ejecting out and a $1 billion aircraft just going up. Yes, perfect spot. Nothing around those islands for yeah, exactly. It takes you probably 12 hours just from land to fly there and stuff on that part of the world. Let's see, baseball last night or the night before. Like I said, my older brother was at the Yankee game Wednesday night, and they beat the Athletics. And I'm looking for him, Jay. Wednesday night, the Blue Jays lost to the Phillies, and then the Mets, they beat the Reds. That was Wednesday night. Now, last night, the Cincinnati Reds beat the Mets. Let's see, and that was the only. And the Yankees lost to the Devil Rays. They're down, and I don't see the Blue Jays playing last night. I don't see them playing last night. So that was the baseball. Tomorrow, or no, let's see. The XFL, I thought they played last week, but the XFL championship is this Sunday. Tomorrow. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. I'll be watching that. I'm going to be watching this game. I'm going to make it a point to have a TV, either back here or my tablet. I'm going to be watching that game because that's a championship game. It's the first XFL. Well, I think Tony D was on Nonsensical Nonsense with Glick, and I caught it on the replay that this is actually the XFL's third season. I think it's their first time ever going to a championship, maybe. I'm not sure. I could be wrong on that. But this year's season is coming to an end with the championship tomorrow between the Renegades and the Defenders. I'm picking the Defenders. They were just kicking ass, and I can't see the Renegades unless they pull something out of their butt. And I'm talking about maybe a possible win. You never know. So that game could be over pretty quick with the way the Defenders play. They are a very strong team. And I know Tony was talking on Nonsensical Nonsense that the XFL was successful. I would agree with Tony. It was very successful. Very, very successful opening season for them as far as making a comeback and stuff like that. So I don't think they're going anywhere. Now the USFL, they're in their that's a league that's just started, and they're in what week are they in? They're in week 5. Week 5 already. And we have the Michigan Panthers going against the Maulers. The Gamblers going against the Birmingham Stallions. They're 3-1. They're the champions from last year. The New Jersey Generals. Okay, that's Saturday. That's tomorrow. The Maulers and Panthers are on USA Network at 12:30 p.m. and then at 4 o'clock tomorrow, it's the Stallions and Gamblers. Sunday, you have at 12 on NBC the Generals and Stars. That's the 2 New Jersey teams. Generals are, I think, the Generals are the New Jersey Generals and the Stars are the Philadelphia. I'm not sure where I think the Generals are up close. I'm not sure where they play at. I'm going to be watching. I might watch that game there. And then you have the Showboats, who are 1-3, going against the Breakers. They're 4-0, so that's on Fox at 3. So they're in week 5 as far as that goes. The standings in the USFL, you got the New York Generals are in first in the North. Then the Panthers, they're at 2-2. The Generals are at 2-2, but they're first. And then the Maulers and then the Stars are last. In the South Division, the Breakers are 4-0, the Stallions are 3-1, and the Gamblers are 2-2, and Showboats are 1-3. And the Breakers are the New Orleans team, okay, and they looks like they're 4-0. So I think from what I've seen of the USFL, that's being very successful. As far as that goes. And so there we have it. Now last night there was some NBA action. I didn't watch the game. What was I watching? Oh, we were watching Sheldon and Ghost. I love that show. Ghost is a CBS show. You can watch it on Paramount. It is funnier than hell. I love it. It's a great show. But I did catch. I ended up watching the show after that. Something According to Todd, which is pretty good. And then CSI. I slept through the last part. I didn't see who killed him, but I did see who they picked for the day shift supervisor. But I'm gonna have to rewatch that little part there today to find out how they. I got a suspicion who the killer is, but I slept for about 10 minutes into that broadcast and stuff. But but the Celtics won against the 76ers down there in Philly, so they go back to Boston Sunday. So the series is tied at 3-3. Let's see, the Heat, the Knicks, they won, so it's 3-2. They're making a comeback. As far as that goes, it's 3-2, but Miami still leads. When's the Knicks play? They play today at 7:30, so they got to tie it up, or else it's all over for them. Okay, and let's see, the Lakers lost to the Warriors, so that series is at 3-2, and it looks like Denver knocked Phoenix out. They won last night, 125-102 in Phoenix. Phoenix Suns were supposed to be in the finals. As far as that, they're supposed to be the team that was going to beat everybody, but the Denver Nuggets, they've got that one big guy on the Denver team. He is huge, and he is a factor. So there we have it for the NBA as far as that goes. Game 7 for the 76ers. Hopefully there's a Game 7 for the Knicks if they win tonight. And let's see, Game 6 for... and the Warriors play tonight. The Warriors have to win to tie it, or else the Lakers. And they're in L.A., so I may look at that, watch that game tonight. Go back and forth between the Knicks and Lakers and stuff like that, and stuff. So Knicks, they got to get it done down in Miami to tie it up. They have to do what the Celtics did. Celtics have done this before. They've been down 3-1, and they've come back to win it all, as far as that goes. So, getting back into the basketball this season and stuff. It's where did my screen go? Okay, there it goes. And we're looking good on the stream here. And we've been on for, coming up on 57 minutes. So let's see. On this day in history, we got to get to history. And let's go ahead and do the history. My coffee's getting cold, too. I'll get a cup of coffee here. Freshen up my cup of coffee after the broadcast here. Let's see. Let's see. Good history. Let's check it out here. For this May 12th. What happened on May 12th years back? Let's see. What's this one about? Katharine Hepburn was once named the greatest actress of Hollywood in Hollywood history by the American Film Institute, having won 4 Academy Awards Best Actress, and was born in 1907. A gracious lady there. A lot of good movies with her, as far as that goes. And when did she pass? Let's check that out. When did she pass? We'll check that out real quick here. Katharine Hepburn. It was that True Grit movie that the follow-on, I think she was in. Buster Crabs or something like that. African Queen on Golden Pond. She was good in that. But she passed away in 2003 in Fedwick Old School, Saybrook, Connecticut. And what was that? Oh, Rooster Cogburn. Yeah, she was a hot. Yeah, she in her younger days, she was outstanding, as far as that goes. But she has a whole bunch of movies. The one I loved was her with John Wayne and Rooster Cogburn. That was funny. And then she was with an African Queen with Humphrey Bogart. Two great actors, and they're the golden age of movies, as far as that goes. I don't know. I question some of the crap. I don't have any desire to go to a movie theater, pretty much. So, but let's see. At Queen Elizabeth Hall on this day in 1967, Pink Floyd staged the first ever quadraphonic rock concert. Geez, you might know what quadraphonic means. I question a lot of what's in the movies. Yeah, the movies. I'm waiting for, I guess, the 16th, which is next week. Dungeons and Dragons. I think I'm going to look forward to that. The one movie you were talking about on Nonsensical Nonsense, Tony, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. When Jeff said bring a box of tissues, that right there told me I'm waiting for that to come out. I'll watch it. I don't go. Him saying that, I know as soon as the first part, I'm going to be bawling, and I just knowing that beforehand, it's like, you know what? I'm going to wait till that movie comes out, even though I'd love to see it on the big screen, but the movies are not really. Let's see. We talked about Pulp Fiction the other day. About a movie, but 1994, Pulp Fiction, the movie directed by Quentin Tarantino and starred John Travolta, Truman, and Samuel L. Jackson, premiered and won big at the Cannes Film Festival. Volume 3, let's say. I might check it out this week. Yeah, but you better bring that box of tissues. I know Jeff talks out his ass sometimes. That's a good example, right? No, Jeff's a good guy. But him saying that, I'm going to take it to heart as far as that goes. And let's see, Randy Johnson at 40 played for the Arizona Diamondbacks, became the oldest major league pitcher in history to throw a perfect game. Yeah, Jeff, he's a pisser. Jeff over there on Nonsensical Nonsense. So Randy Johnson at age 40. I thought Nolan Ryan had one at 40 too, but let's see. On this day, back in 1949, the Soviet Union lifted the Berlin blockade, which the Western powers had successfully circumvented with the Berlin airlift, which was a major air operation that took place there. In 1780, during the Revolutionary War, the besieged city of Charleston, South Carolina, surrendered to British forces. But the overall outcome, the U.S. won over the Brits in the Revolutionary War. In 1932, the body of Charles Lindbergh Jr., the 20-month-old kidnapped son of Charles and Anna Lindbergh, was found in the wooded area near Hopewell, New Jersey. And that was a big kidnapping back in the day. That was because Charles Lindbergh, he was like the Michael Jordan of that time. You know, he was the LeBron James. I mean, he was, because of the feat he did flying across the Atlantic. Let's see. And in 1958, the United States and Canada signed an agreement to create the North American Air Defense Command, NORAD, later the North American Aerospace Defense, or NORAD. So the establishment of NORAD was on this day back in 1958. So there we have it. That's our good history as we speak, and that's it, I guess. Yep. And Canada is a very good friend. Though I wonder about your prime minister sometimes, Jeeves. But then again, Canada is a good friend of the United States. I know you guys voted for it, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't even remember who the He is an ass. Okay. But he's overall a good broadcast. Oh, okay, Double J's. Thank you. Overall a good. Thank you very much, Double J's. I appreciate that, sir. As far as that goes, but yeah, we're sitting at an hour right now, so we're going to go ahead and exit stage left and get our day started. I got to get a walk in here, package this up. I'll be on sometime doing something here maybe, or else this weekend. So, but you all have a good day. As far as that goes, I want to thank Jeeves, Mr. Twix, Tina, Tony D, and for being in the broadcast here. And who came in after them? You had Tim Fan, you had Double J's. Greatly appreciated. Lady Cat 31, Erica out there in Washington State. As far as that goes, appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys in the chat very much. Very good broadcast, because it's the chat that makes the broadcast. Got to give credit where credit is due as far as that goes. So I really appreciate you guys being in the chat. And G says we don't like him. Okay. He got elected though, so that's. But no problem there, Jeeves. We'll see. But you have a good one, Jeeves. Jeeves saying later, take care, everyone. Double J saying have a great weekend and take care out there. Yes, take care. You all have a great one wherever you may be. Rich Roberts, I'm over there on Twitter at Fireman Rich, again, where I told myself as a social media observer, social media enthusiast. In other words, I like playing on this thing called the internet. So, and that's what we're doing. It's always good fun. And Tony coming in with the bazanga. And and I'm Fireman Rich here on Twitch. So thank you all in the chat. Thank you for those that were watching. As far as that goes, how many do we have? We had, how many do we have now? Okay. Oh, we got 6. We got 6 lingering. Okay. But that's about right with the people in the chat. And that's it. So you all have a great one wherever you may be on this big blue marble. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. Have a great one. Thanks a lot, guys, in the chat. Take care.